Ambition 2025 continues to adapt the organization, leveraging the knowledge of Sodexo's global teams and experience to grow faster. This new organization has 4 main dimensions, with the creation of global client segments that can allow client-centric focus to deliver quality of life for clients and consumers as the first dimension. The second dimension is the transversal function, which has an operational role in standardizing quality, helping to reduce costs and also helping the organization have more predictable results. The third dimension is the geographic governance, which ensures effective operation across dimensions. The final dimension is service operations, which includes Sodexo's technical experts that create and deliver standardized systems and services for on-site teams. Segments are in partnership with service operations, which is comprised of Sodexo's technical experts who can deliver standardized systems and services. Within service operations, there are several platforms, including safety, food, facility management, business improvement and growth support, information systems and technology, supply management, and the support functions of finance, HR, and planning. The Facility Management Platform features a group of subject matter experts, SMEs, and deployment specialists who can design and implement standardized services to all segments in the following areas: Soft Service Framework, Asset Management Framework, Energy Management, Construction, Service Development, and the FM Command Center. The FM platform has defined end-to-end processes to support the segments in their sales and deployment of these services. These end-to-end processes match the global mega processes for client relationship management. This video describes the adaptation of the 2.3 solution development, 2.4 solution mobilization, and 2.5 contract management for asset management services, which consists of the Asset Management Framework known as AMF and Maximo. AMF is a documented and quality-controlled program for the delivery of asset management services, and among Sodexo's competitors is the only ISO 55001 standard. AMF supports hard FM services in operations and maintenance through Maximo, Sodexo's preferred CMMS, and FM information systems that deliver technical maintenance and asset lifecycle activities. The 2.3 process identifies the solutions for client needs once a new business opportunity has been identified. The process includes the steps from the identification of a potential opportunity, the on-site or tabletop discovery and survey process, including the development of the scope of work to assure alignment with client expectations to the proposed solution, letter of intent, contract negotiation, and final contract creation. Each step in this 2.3 process is led by the sales team with support from service operations. To begin the solution and contract design process, the first pass is through a decision stage gate. This decision is made by the sales and operations teams within the segments after completion of the 2.2 process of creating an opportunity. At this stage of RFP/RFI consideration, the business development leader makes a formal request for interaction and support from service operations by completing an online registration of the opportunity with the BIGS team. It is important that the business development leader fills out the BIGS request promptly and completely in order for service operations to provide the right resources at the appropriate time. The BIGS team manages the request and communicates with the appropriate service operations leaders. The AMF and Maximo team leaders contact the sales and solutions developers to provide a technical review of the opportunity and clarify the potential value of Sodexo's AMF program to the client, as well as potential risks associated. These leaders then begin to define the technology requirements and provide subject matter expert support and demonstrations in client discussions. Once a decision is made to respond to an RFI or RFP, the AMF and Maximo team dedicates resources based on the potential scope of services, the type of facilities, and technical complexity. This team supports the market segment sales team on preliminary client presentations, site tours, solution development, and writing the technical portions of the RFI/RFP response. This team conducts a detailed evaluation of the opportunity to validate the technical capabilities, KPIs and SLAs, as well as the deployment timelines to support the market segment and costing the design technical solutions. Once the proposal is drafted, all teams under Asset Management and Engineering, as well as the Maximo team, review the document to verify that the scope of work matches the proposal as well as Sodexo's capabilities. On completion of the draft proposal and prior to delivery to the client, the AMF and Maximo team reviews the proposal and provides an off-site due diligence of the solution. The team evaluates client requirements versus current systems capabilities, reviews the scope of services, and KPI and SLA requirements. Proposal costing is also reviewed and is compared to the RFP scope of work and client expectations. Once Sodexo is chosen as the preferred contractor and receives a letter of intent to proceed, the AMF team mobilizes the on-site due diligence and prepares for transition. During extensive site investigations, due diligence SMEs verify the scope of services and the details that can affect delivery, including physical measurements, equipment lists, existing vendors, regulatory requirements, and staffing. The AMF team works with the business development team to make a preliminary determination of the appropriate AMF level to meet contractual requirements. This recommendation is based on findings, solution work, and client conversations. The Maximo team then completes the CMMS system review with the client and has a final go, no-go decision regarding Maximo, allowing confirmation for the CMMS scope, timing, and costing. If Maximo is a go, the Maximo and FM Information Systems team develops the mobilization plan that includes project schedules, vendor data, and go-live state with a phased approach. The results of these activities are shared with the market segment, facilitating a client review and lead to additional site-specific contract documents. All AMF and Maximo teams engage with the segment to finalize the contract documents and develop the AMF contract manual. This process includes confirming the AMS level from technical maintenance to asset lifecycle activities and developing a list of appropriate AMF procedures, along with a preliminary AMS deployment timeline and the go-live state for the project. The AMF team continues to refine the scope and schedule for deployment of Maximo and supporting technologies. Segments provide the staffing to satisfy the contractual and asset management program requirements. The AMF team provides technical support for the interviewing and hiring process. The AMF and Maximo teams begin the process of collecting asset data for input into Sodexo's preferred software databases. The AMF engineering group designs the first 3 AMF procedures customized for the client, facility types, and contractual requirements. These procedures include detailed instructions for completing the asset inventory, asset condition assessment, and criticality assessment. The VP of Asset Management reviews and approves procedures. Then, the AMS deployment team trains on the procedures and on-site data collection begins. While on-site, the accounting staff provided by the segment coordinates and provides access to the data collection teams. Additionally, all on-site teams enroll in e-learning modules as an introduction to the AMF and Maximo programs. Once the FM staffing is substantially complete, the AMS project manager identifies the permanent on-site AMF champion and schedules awareness training for the client and the Sodexo on-site team. As part of this training, the project manager conducts an initial AMF capability assessment with the on-site team as a baseline for all future AMF activities. The AMS deployment team conducts the asset inventory, asset tagging, initial condition assessment, and a criticality assessment on site. This team collects the information electronically and uploads the data to Maximo, as well as the VFA Facility Strategic Capital Planning tool. The AMF project manager develops a preliminary capital plan and asset condition baseline using the VFA Facility Strategic Capital Planning tool, and reports deferred maintenance and critical repairs to the Sodexo operations team for communication to the client. This VFA report is available at basic and above deployment levels. It remains at the unit as a living document for on-site managers to use in operational decisions as part of the ongoing contract management. The AMS Maximo and FM Information Systems deployment process includes capturing site-related details in a project management format to assure stakeholders the system capabilities, SLAs, required reports, dashboards, and client interfaces are deployed as expected. The AMS deployment and Maximo teams align location hierarchy, service catalogs, and site-specific custom configurations with finance and global Maximo leadership to centralize information and ensure global AMS standards and procedures are followed. Coordination with client IT stakeholders takes place to conduct hardware, connectivity, and access information testing and data collection to minimize the transition and ensure technical capabilities for Go Live. The AMF team registers FM team members into the Maximo Skills Management and Training Program for all pre-Go Live coursework and ongoing training activities to continuously grow competencies within the operation. Data loading activities are underway to include user acceptance testing of data, and the site manager signs off. The production environment receives the data to prepare for Go Live. The transition team collects information on existing service levels, identifies site-specific scope details, and reviews all current subcontracts for specification, scope, pricing, and potential for savings. Collected data sets baselines and measurement methods for KPIs and SLAs. This team works closely with the segment leaders where adjustments in the contract scope or costing are identified. Identified PM schedules and proper OEM or custom job plans are set up for the maintenance schedule. The due diligence transition team and the AMS deployment team continue to support the on-site operations team with focus on delivery and documentation of KPIs and SLAs. The transition team continues to work with vendors and subcontractors with bidding and contract assimilation. The transition team provides a technical skill assessment of the on-site team, resulting in a gap analysis report and advice on essential training. Depending on the AMS level being provided, the AMS project manager begins developing the next set of AMF procedures, including asset management strategy and objectives, organization, roles and authority, asset risk assessment, asset maintenance strategy, strategic capital plan, and asset condition and performance monitoring. The site AMF champion assists in the development of these procedures and is responsible for the delivery of the asset management for services during the term of the FM contract. At this stage, Maximo is live and complete with location asset inventory, PM schedules, and custom configurations. End-user training is largely completed, service requests begin, and first month's PMs generate to plan technician assignments and schedules. Global AMS governance reviews the live system for data compliance, reviews training plans, and measures outcomes through surveys and data audits. The Maximo, Transition, and AMS deployment teams complete their tasks and develop clear implementation and operational plans to be followed by the on-site operations teams. All service operations teams are available for ongoing technical support as well as operational performance audits. The AMF project manager continues to support the site AMF champion in deployment of the AMF procedures. At this point, additional procedure development and training are provided depending on the level of AMF that was sold to the client, potentially leading to ISO 55001 certification. Maximo stabilization is plus or minus 3 months or iterative after go live, where training and support continues. Additional customizations are applied, dashboards are activated, and scheduled reports are established. Transition of support to the Facilities Resource Connection (FRC) help desk also occurs as completion of stabilization approaches. The Maximo and FM Information Systems teams provide system enhancements and new reports through training programs and focused user group sessions.